Welcome back. Just before the break, we are talking about journey of a student who needs to get a student visa, travel to US, then goes through a whole process, completing the education, OPT, CPT, H-1B, green card, all these different steps we will be discussing in today's program, this program that we have today. And hopefully we complete it. There's a lot to talk about, but David, if we cannot complete, we'll probably have to talk a little more about this.
Okay, so we'll spill over into another program, no problem at all.
Yeah. So let's stay right there now in terms of getting a student visa stamp in the passport from the American consul.
Okay.
The 2 or 3 important requirements are the I-20 form, and there's a SEVIS fee to be paid for that also.
That's right. Well, let's explain to our viewers what SEVIS is so that they understand. I think it's very important.
Go ahead.
SEVIS is something that came in after 9/11, and SEVIS stands for the Student and Exchange Visitor Information System. And what that is it's a very interesting tracking database which was implemented by all academic institutions. And so SEVIS applies to Fs, M's, and J's. So F's are international students, M's are vocational students, and J's are exchange students. And what it is it's a database where you have the issuance of a SEVIS record, and when an individual opens a SEVIS record, that record sort of follows them from the time that it's opened, when they see the international student officer, to the time that they go to the US consulate and they get that visa stamp, to the time they come back through CBP and Customs Border Protection, asks them the questions, what are you coming to do, and then even tracks them back to the back to the university or the academic organization, where if they don't show up for the first day of school, a call goes out, and if the SEVIS record ends up being terminated, then the individual, ICE gets notified and goes out after the individual to remove them from the United States. So it's a very discrete system that's in place for academic institutions.
The applicant has a form I-20, right?
Correct, yeah.
The other issues are the consul wants to know who's going to support you, because the tuition fee may be $30,000, $40,000 a year. So it could be in different ways. It could be the family funds they can show. Sometimes it is an uncle or somebody in the United States who gives an affidavit of financial support. Somehow, and sometimes the school in which he's going has a scholarship program or a stipend program. So they look at everything. If he's getting already $20,000, $25,000 as scholarship or a fund, that's a part of it. Other part may be coming from the family funds, and other part may be coming from the family in the United States.
Right.
Now, I tell you where the people make mistakes. Somebody says, I am going to take a loan from a bank. Bad idea. Why bad idea? Consul says, aha, that means if you're getting a loan of maybe for 3-4 years, maybe $100,000 in loans. First of all, I don't know.
Why do you need the loan?
Huh?
Why do you need the
loan? How do you want to repay that? That means you plan to work in the United States. Always they think that way. So you make sure. The other thing they say, how did you choose this community college or that particular institution?
That's right.
Oh, my uncle told me. No, that's a bad question, because a normal process is a student is applying in 3, 4, 5, 6 universities. He says, I applied in 6 places, I got admission in 3 here already. But I chose this. Why did you choose this? Because this is what I want to do. And this particular course of studies is better in this institution. I have friends and inquired, and that's how I chose. That's a normal. Consul is happy. Okay. He did your due diligence in finding the right school to go to.
Right.
So he's satisfied with the school. He's satisfied with the funds and everything else. Old times, David, old times, American consul always used to look down upon smaller institutes, college. I don't know, to some extent they may still be doing. A student going to Princeton, is going to Harvard, is going to, those kind of institutions.
That's right. Well, Michael,
then there was no problem. No, sometimes, interestingly, a student is going to Missouri in a particular college where the American consul went to the same school. I've seen that. Okay, oh, yeah, you're going to there? Oh, I went there too. That gives them somehow he likes that idea. Right. Oh, so basically you will like that, and there are a restaurant nearby this. He's talking about his life and he spent in that school. Right, he got a visa, done.
Right.
So,
and Michael, I just want to point out, actually, for many of our viewers who are aware of what goes on in the community, there are a lot of academic institutions that are not bona fide. Yeah. And recently we've had situations where because they've signed up for SEVIS and they apparently were vetted, they were issuing I-20s, but they were not bona fide academic institutions, so they've become under investigation, and unfortunately a lot of them ended up being disbanded, and those individuals had to move to other academic institutions.
I remember about a Department of State memorandum, I think from a Condoleezza Rice, that was sent to all the consuls, that there is a lot of information that the consular officers look at the intention of the person at the time he is applying visa, but they are looking at a crystal ball. That should not happen. That is, I still have probably somewhere that particular guidance cable, which said that the consular officer should not be looking to the institute as long as it's a bona fide institute, recognized institute, and they believe that he's going to go to that school. He wants to go there, it's okay. Don't look to the college or institution or Harvard or whatever.
Right. Well, I think that is tempered against.
I think, David, we need to take a short break.
Okay, sure.
And right after the break, we'll continue further. This is a very, very important topic, especially for those who are students themselves or who are friends or relatives who want to come to United States on a student visa. So you can help them, provide them a guidance based upon what David Nachman and Michael Fulwani said. Stay tuned. We will be back.